In this video, I'm going to show you how I clean the Graco QuickShot. I don't know if this is exactly how they would recommend doing it, but this is how I do it. So I've already taken the gun. I took the tip off. I've already taken the nozzle or the tip holder, whatever they want to call it, and the actual spray tip out. Currently, we clean those in like a little bucket of water with a soft bristle, like little like toothbrush cleaner. So it just cleans some of those white, the white paint all around it. I took the insert out. I don't know if you can see the tiny little insert in there, which if you've used one of these guns, you know that the tip comes with it. Little hole there, little nozzle. Typically, I'll put this in the water, and I'll use my, you can either spray some water through it at first, and then I use that little toothbrush to kind of get the bristles in there. And then I take a blow tip with a air compressor, and I just kind of blow through just to make sure that the hole's open. It ends up spraying out some like whitish water, some painted water. Get that really clean because I want to be able to reuse that, obviously. So, have the Graco QuickShot here. What I will do is, it's in pump right now. I already emptied all the paint out of it. I'm going to continuously fill this up with water, and then I'm spraying out this window. This just kind of makes it easier for our process here. And I'm just going to keep using the pump. I have this on setting 10, full blast. I'm going to keep using the pump setting and then going to spray, just cycling back and forth. And then I'll show you what I do in between. So. Now I'm going to go to pump, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to tip this upside down and pull the trigger. And if you've cleaned any of the Graco handhelds, you know that you usually have the gun upside down, running it so that the water is running through the pump, and then you hold it vertical, and then you squeeze the trigger and the pump spits out whatever just went through the pump. I'm kind of doing that just with the Graco, which is technically upside down, so I need to tip it upside down to get the stuff out of the pump. Then I run it until it's pretty much empty, and then I repeat this process over and over until it's looking relatively clean. Then sometimes what I'll do is I'll pour some extra water in here, and I'll take the soft bristled toothbrush, and I'll just kind of clean some of the paint off the sides. Kind of helps the process go a little faster, since that's mainly making my water filled with paint. Can't really tell if the gun is getting cleaned very well. I'm using jugs of water here that I've filled up. Do not, if you have hard water, do not run hard water through these things. The pumps cannot handle any hard water. I learned the hard way. I had a pump go bad on one of my handheld sprayers in less than a year, and come to find out it's because I ran hard water through it. And I did not run much of the pump armor through it as well. So learned the hard way on that one. When I feel like I've ran a good amount through and the cup's looking relatively clean, it's definitely not clean, what I'll do is I'll take the cup off. This filter down here is going to pop out. Make sure you clean that really good with the gasket around that seal too. And I'll kind of rinse the cup out a little bit, and then we'll clean that by hand as well. Kind of like to disassemble it and kind of clean each individual part. We don't spray every day, so we like to really leave this thing pretty clean, so when we go to spray, it's ready to use. The lid as well, just kind of do the best you can with that. What we have here is just going to have some paint in the bottom of this thing. I'm going to use a bunch of paper towels to kind of get that as clean as possible, at least get the thick paint out of there. And then I'll rinse it and keep running water through there just like I did with the cup. Seems like an annoying process, kind of is. All paint sprayers are kind of annoying to clean. None of them are quick and easy for the most part. I'd say this isn't bad. It's nice that it's kind of vertical like this instead of the handheld being upside down where you had to keep running water through it, and at least this I can just keep dumping water in as I run it. If you wanted to, just as you keep going, you can see that the water, when you're in the pump setting and you have water in this little dish here, you can see that it keeps coming out cloudy. Eventually, it'll start looking clearer and clearer until you can't even tell that the pump is running because it's shooting out just as clean water that's in the cup. And that's usually what I try to get myself to. So this here, this is what I'm talking about. Keep running it until this water looks clear. In the pump setting, you'll see that there's going to be cloudy water coming up when I'm running it. Let me dump this. I keep doing that until that water is looking a lot more clear. You can't really tell that I'm even running it. Getting there. I feel like we're getting close. pretty much there. I'm gonna run a little bit more just for the heck of it. Kind of clean around that. There's a little ring in there that sometimes the paint sticks to. Kind of clean that with the back side of the brush. Then it has these little tassels coming out. Alright, it's looking pretty good. What I'm going to do now is run pump armor through it. The small ones come with the gun. You can get the larger one. This takes a little bit more than the handhelds. I like to run it all the way through the hose and kind of just leave it in for storing purposes. It's definitely going to protect your gun. Now, if you're going to use your gun within 3 days, this is what I was recommended from a Graco rep. If I'm going to use it within 3 days, you don't necessarily have to run the armor through it and leave it. Any longer period than 3 days, they recommend you put the armor in there to store it. Running low. Do that, and I just kind of wipe the excess out. I'll leave it through the hose and in the gun itself. You just want to remember that next time you spray, you're probably going to want to run some water through it first before you just start spraying, or you'll definitely have some bluish primer or paint, whatever you're spraying. So, if you want to go crazy, you can start wiping down the gun, try to get all that kind of paint off. I don't care all that much. We don't use it all the time, but enough that it looking super shiny isn't really important to me. And then we kind of let all the parts dry, and then the next day or two, whenever we're back in the shop, we'll assemble the whole thing together and put it back in its bag so it's out of the dust and stuff like that. But that's how I clean the Graco QuickShot.